Greetings everybody, this is Loki, and I'm bringing you another 2v2 replay for the DoubleStarcraft YouTube station. Here on the top we'll have Be My Wife as the purple Zerg, on a team with Tool, the teal Zerg. And on the bottom we will have Garth as the red Terran, and Torture as the blue Protoss. Torture did provide us with this replay, so a big shout out to him. Here you see right off the bat they're talking, it looks like he wants to do a feeding strategy, and it says, and his teammate is saying that he wants to try that. Now, you don't see this too much, but a feeding strategy is when one player focuses entirely on economy. You're going to see whoever's the feeding player is going to just almost build exclusively command centers or nexus and just get a huge economy going, and then just send his money to the other player. And the benefit is this is in a 2v2, the money that's going from both players to one of the players, all of the money spent on upgrades and research will not have to be split between the two players. It'll solely be one person. So here we see they're super standard on the bottom here. Up at the top it doesn't look like we're seeing any sort of cheese here. Not much to say about this. There's a supply depot going down. Looks like they are going to wall off a bit here. That's going to be a good teamwork. I forgot to mention, I've been getting a lot of replays, or not replays, a lot of complaints that the replays aren't high level enough. I am literally working with what people are sending me, so if you have something better, please send it to me. And doing stuff like this, like huge teamwork based strategies, is the best way to make sure you get casted. I know that I will be bringing a replay in shortly. I'm not sure when. I have to look through a huge archive to find them. It's pretty low level, but it does demonstrate some pretty ridiculous combined strategies. Here we see Tool is taking a really fast expansion after his pool, so it doesn't look like they're going to be doing feeding too. And here we see Garth getting up looks like just a barracks, getting some marines, probably just to deny this drone from scouting. Torture getting up his gateway at a pretty normal time. Cybercore going down, so he's not going for any kind of rush. Pretty early orbital command and some fast gas. Looks like they are just focusing on walling off right now, probably to hold off their enemies, because double Zerg in 2v2, you will see a lot of double cheese. Mostly double cheese, probably. It's pretty terrible. But it doesn't look like we're going to have any of that, but just to be safe, they are walling off. I like combining the Protoss and Terran. The Protoss structures will be able to hold off a little better, like when the gateway takes hits and the Zerglings have to back off, it will be able to regenerate its shield. But combining this with the supply depots, they will still be able to get out without completely walling off like just one Protoss would be able to do. Here he's saying Banelings are going to make these supply depots a problem, so he's saying to just double the wall so that if they get down the first row of supply depots, then that is going to not going to do them much good, because there'll be another block off behind it. Here up we see Be My Wife getting a second hatchery in his own base, even though his expansion is literally right here, so we can tell that these guys really aren't high level whatsoever. But again, these people are demonstrating a very solid 2v2 tactic, and that is why this game is being casted. Tool is getting another expansion really fast. I don't think I'm not quite sure, maybe these guys are doing feeding too. It doesn't look like it though. Here Garth is asking for money. Torture, it looks like they didn't clarify who's going to be feeding, because it looks like Garth is asking for money and Torture is asking Garth why he doesn't have an expansion down for this feeding strategy. Here they do see all of these Zerglings. That's not really going to do a whole lot of good. I mean, he has 4 Marines and a Stalker and a Sentry, which for such a small amount of Zerglings, that's going to be plenty, especially with this wall off here. You see him walling off here with the engineering bay. That's good to get turrets up if need be, but mostly it is a cheap structure that has a good amount of health, so it does help wall off pretty efficiently. Here Garth is taking down his expansion, saying sorry, it's been a while. I guess he wasn't quite in the game for his feeding strategy here. Torture building some pylons back at this back rock, making sure that Speedlings don't just tear down these rocks without them knowing, making this complete wall off completely moot. Tool not really saturating his third expansion, or his third base. Getting some spine crawlers. I don't think they really saw anything. No, they didn't. So this is clearly not that high level, but it looks like we are headed for a huge economic-based game. There's one of my co-caster from last time asking if he wants to do a cast now, which I am currently doing a cast, so that's going to have to wait. I should probably set this on busy, actually. Here we go. Sorry about that. Garth here, looks like he is getting this command center up. I'd like to see him actually throwing down. Oh, here he's walling off with engineering base again because it's nice and cheap. Back on the back blocks, just making sure that they have time to just get this huge economy up. I would like to see Garth throwing down another expansion already and just focusing on saturating these. And once he gets these saturated, they will just start rolling. Torture will just have so many resources. It's not even funny. And here it looks like BeMyWife is just getting Zerglings. And Tool is also just getting Zerglings, but he doesn't have speed yet. Sitting on a lot of money. 3 spine crawlers, which have absolutely no use whatsoever currently. Here they are getting some nice scouting off with this observer here. Got a little muted triangle going with their Q. Just seeing what's up. Here got some roaches. I mean, this looks like a fairly solid army. They'll be able to hold off if they push us with just this, but he is Torture. You can see he is simply focusing. I mean, he's pretty saturated at his main, and I think that's all it's going to be. He's asking for minerals from his partner, and there he gets it. He gets a lot of minerals there. It looks like about 400. While Garth is still really just making SCVs. He should get, oh, he is getting this a little more saturated. I guess he transferred over to the other expansion. He really should be throwing down another expansion here to make this strategy work out just the best, but he's not really getting any units. I'm not sure why he has a second barracks, probably just to help with that wall off. Here we see Torture just building up his army. I don't know if he's getting research. He is getting Colossus. He is getting the Colossus range. Getting another Robo Bay. I don't see a forge, so it doesn't look like he's getting any upgrades, which is the best way to utilize this strategy, is to just be really heavy on upgrades and units since you have the money. And since only one person is upgrading, you don't have to split your efforts with that upgrading. I don't know. Oh, he's telling Torture now to take his third, which he probably should have done a while ago. It looks like a little scouting Zergling died there. Tool is still he's pretty saturated now. It looks like they might be doing, he's sitting on a lot of money though. He could just send that to his partner here because it looks like he's set up pretty well for also a feed. But it looks like instead he's going to go for the build up a lot of money into a bunch of Mutalisks at the same time, which isn't that good. Getting a really fast hive, I'm not quite sure what that's about. I don't know. These people are probably organized teammates. They're probably talking to each other over Skype or Ventrilo or something, because we have seen no talk between them whatsoever, but it does look like they are organizing their units together a little bit still. Here we see Garth is taking his expansion, and he's going to get these double refineries. It looks like he's queued this SCV to build both of them. It looks like he's still just sending money to his ally, which is the best way to do this strategy. I mean, Garth has 4 Marines, and I think that's all his fighting. Oh, he has 5 Marines somewhere. There's a 5th one somewhere. And that is it. He's taking his, looks like his 4th as well. That is a good move. Once he gets these 2 saturated and he just starts pumping money to his ally. Now there we get the double forges getting these upgrades. Like I was talking about, the best way to utilize that, this feed strategy. It doesn't look like these people are feeding. It looks like they could. I mean, they're set up pretty well. BeMyWife finally taking his expansion. He probably should have done that a while ago. I see a lot of Mutalisks. He's probably producing a lot more. No, he's not. I have absolutely no idea. Oh, he's getting cracklings, though. Fast hive for upgrades. Looks like he's focusing on their upgrades, too. But I think this army is huge. He could probably just... I'm not sure he could win right now with this, but it would be close. All they have are speedlings, and this Colossus will just tear them apart. But it looks like these Mutalisks are coming in the back, and they are going to do some harassment. It doesn't look like they'll be able to do a whole lot, especially with Torture. He should probably... There, he does have pylons in his friend's base, so he can warp in Stalkers. And with this huge income, just Garth